Gege played us all like fools. The whole entire JJK community got absolutely played like a fiddle, all for this man to deepen his pocket and to hate the best character in Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen had the potential to be one of the greatest modern shonen of our time, but Gege was just like, nah. The star of JJK was a masterpiece. We got a hot, funny, tall, overpowered dude flexing on his opponent, really putting in the work. We're a complete, unique power system. We got one of the best opening of all time by Eve. All the techniques, everything was just fresh and new. It gives a very fun, interesting, entertaining, gory kind of vibe. A group of fun kids with limitless potential doing missions. Megumi exciting Sukuna, the strongest opponent there is. And Sukuna, the king of all curses, is inside the main character Itadori. This whole series was exciting and entertaining. So many secrets needs to be unpacked. We're a school full of psychos. And my man, he's the best, honestly. Odo is the man. I don't really like Jennifer Lawrence, but my type is almost the same as his. We're one of the best animation of all time. But after finishing the manga, I don't know what happened. I know Studio Malpa had the employees working like slaves, and the employees just exploded and started doing a bunch of wild stuff, making a complete scene for everyone to see. I honestly do not know what's going on behind the scenes, but it seems like they're really struggling. But that doesn't excuse the fact that Gege just nuked everything that he has built within the story. Let's just start with the obvious. Gojo versus Sukuna, the most anticipated fight of the year, probably in modern shonen history. It was so hyped, people made countless predictions on who was gonna win. Fan animations was getting made about it before it even began. That's how you know people loved it. We all knew that Gege had a hate boner for Gojo. He thought this man was too arrogant with a huge ego, and I kind of agree with that, honestly. If you were raised in Japan, I don't think many people really like Gojo, but if you're kind of like in the West, America, everyone loves him because he's full of bravado and confidence. So I can see why Gege didn't like him. Once you start to develop an ego and get super cocky, you start to mess up the things that you say, and you just do a lot of stupid things. And there was other evidence in the beginning clearly showing that Gojo wasn't gonna be Sukuna. Unless you're a super Gojo fan, I think deep down inside, we all knew for the story to continue and let the other characters shine, this egomaniac has to be put down. Even I predicted it before it began, but I did not expect Gojo to be going out like this. This man got dropped off screen. The disrespect. He didn't have to go out like this. I understand eventually Sukuna with Megumi's Magahara will adapt to Gojo's limitless and infinity techniques, then beat his broken math equations, plus there's the other form where he's even tougher. But come on, why do you have to do my man like this? People are literally memeing him in conventions IRL. I don't buy any anime figurines, but if that had a dead body Gojo as a figurine, I would definitely buy that. When I saw this panel through my phone on a pirate site, thank the Lord a virus ad popped up or some 18+ ad popped up to distract me because I was gonna smash my whole entire setup. I know I'm a bit of a Gojo fan, but this is just wrong to do him like this. If you're gonna kill him, at least give him a final clash or something epic and a proper explanation than just off-screening him. Gege had the ability to make one of the best scenes in anime history, but he just threw a middle finger to the whole entire anime community and the JJK community. If you hate Gojo, it's fine. I completely understand, but at least give the people a proper full fight. The fight was honestly a 10 out of 10, but it was 90% complete. And as soon as it's about to hit the 100% mark, it just cuts itself off. The ending part was the good part and it just got cut off. Then the final fight between these guys was just boring. Sure, it was good. A lot of key moments happened. It just kind of felt like a side mission between these guys. Sukuna really didn't pop up much. Like, he didn't really use any other cool abilities. This fight didn't really highlight the potential of these three. Itadori didn't really develop anything special. He just got stronger and punched harder with his backflash. Megumi got trapped by Sukuna and they just kept Nobara alive. What's the point of even killing her if you're gonna bring her back later on? You might as well just keep her there from the beginning of the Sukuna fight. I understand trapping a character like Gojo because he's just so broken. If some BS didn't happen and he wasn't trapped, the story would have just ended right there. There was no Sukuna, nothing would have happened. It would have just been Gojo, but nowhere should have been there. The only interesting character through the whole entire fight was Yuta. His abilities was actually pretty cool. Gege also trolled the entire community by making it seem like Gojo just came back. When I saw this, I was so hyped out of my mind. I thought this was Gege wanting to bring the fans what they wanted. Have you seen the post and edit that people have made about Gojo coming back and saying that nah, I'll win? The amount of memes that has been made of this man is through the planet. But no, it was just Yuta getting into Gojo's brain. It would have been way better if the weirdo that took over Geto's body did it. That would have been an amazing 10 out of 10 twist. And there's no way, no way Yuta is able to use Gojo's domain without any training. That is just terrible power scaling. Mr. Handsome is the strongest sorcerer to have ever existed. He's still the strongest after the ending. Yuta shouldn't have been able to do anything with his body. Yuta would need a lot of time to get used to his 6'3" body and to really understand Gojo's power before he even starts throwing hands. Have you seen how Gojo just sat there and talked smack about Sukuna's 20 fingers domain? Like, he just straight up tanked it. And it seems like he wasn't even sweating at all. He was just chilling. Yuta would have died if he was in Gojo's position. I don't care the explanation that the author tries to give, but this just doesn't make sense. I understand Sukuna can control Megumi's body, but Yuta just no. Of course, with plot armor and Itadori doing his thing, Sukuna turns into a pile of doo-doo and passes away. You should have just made Sukuna's story a little better. But we can give that an excuse because Sukuna is mainly put there for the other characters to really show off their powers and to destroy things and be evil. That's about it. And the end of the show was just so off. What was that? When I saw this whole event go down, I thought this was fan-made. I seriously thought Gege hired some drunken homeless dude from the street who saw a poster board of JJK and loved it, then just hired him to write the rest of the story. I seriously thought that the pirate sites that I was using to read this made a genuine mistake. It was so off-putting. This does not feel like Jujutsu Kaisen at all. It doesn't even feel like Gege on drugs was writing this. I have tried my absolute best to become kinder and less stupid over time as I live, because you know, we're human, we all make mistakes. I have made mistakes, you have made mistakes, it's alright. But Gege is a straight up asshole for essentially spitting on the face of the JJK community and the anime community. This was incredibly disrespectful to the people that have supported your work, made you famous, giving you opportunities, and have given you millions upon millions. If you're gonna make the story run in 10 different directions with everything not making any sense at all, at least give us a good ending between these two and a better fight with Sukuna. Have the story make a little more sense at the end. There's still so much secret that has been talked about. Maybe that's for the future, but we'll see what happens. But I mean, come on, let's be honest, it's just the end. After watching Megumi hyped up from the beginning, him getting picked on by everyone, I would have loved to see Megumi at full power with Magahara. That would be interesting. Let me see how he scales to Gojo. If you would have done that, that would have been easy money. The merchandise would sell like hotcakes, and we would all get entertaining content. This whole entire manga from Gojo getting off screen to the ending needs to be a complete remake. I'm just frustrated and disappointed with how Gege did things. So much potential was lost. This could have been one of the big three in this timeline, and it was so easy to make things work as well. There's so many different ways Gege could have taken this. He could have just gone the standard traditional way, but he decides to pick the worst way possible. If you had full power Itadori and Megumi fight dead Gojo while he's controlled by the weirdo, that would have been better than Sukuna becoming a turd. The best theory that I can come up with is Gege is just not enjoying writing this series anymore. He probably is tired of it. He's probably also tired of the fans, let's be honest. And he just wrote whatever to get out of the way as fast as possible so he can go on to his next project. I mean, he got his money, right? So he's probably out. But I will say this, give the people what they want before you go. If a group of people would have given me enough money to where I can retire my entire family and myself for the rest of our life, I would be super thankful and would have given back something special. But hey, that's just me though. I pirated this whole thing and I felt scam out of my time reading this. I don't think Gege realized this. Maybe he did and he planned all this out, but the best reference that represented Jujutsu Kaisen was the ending where Sukuna became a pile of doo-doo.